This is lesson 12, and I'm just going to show you a new chord and a new pattern that you can use that new chord with. We've already done C and A minor and G, so this time we're going to do F. Now you can play it with a bar chord. For my purposes and the way I play it, I like to do it in a different way because it just gets you around the neck a little faster and through the strings. Now some people might say, no, I can do it that bar chord and I can even do it better, and they probably can. I wouldn't argue with them. But for my purposes and what I'm teaching, I just like this F here. And it's just two fingers here on the first and second strings on the first fret. Then the middle finger goes over here on the third string, second fret. And then your ring finger, not ring finger, your little finger goes down on the fourth string, the fourth string, third fret, and then the fifth string, third fret with the ring finger, and then I always catch my thumb up here and grab it on the first fret of the sixth string. Now, you might be saying, well, I can't do that. I can't, my fingers just won't twist that good, and you could be that you need more practice, but that's the full F that I play. It wouldn't be any difference if you play it here. It's the same one, and I use that bar chord a lot too for different things, but for this pattern, I'm not doing that. So, your first chord C, and then your A minor, then your F. If you can't get all that, just use a four-string F, and that's just the using here on your bar, those two on your first fret, the first two strings, and then your middle finger on the third string, second fret, and then the fourth string, third fret for your ring finger. Of course, you'd be moving that up if you were doing the full one, the full chord. But you can play it this way. Now, the thing that you'll have more trouble with than anything probably is barring those two. So, just keep working on it because you really have to flatten out your finger a little bit so you can hear both of them. In some cases, maybe that's all you can get, maybe just those two fingers there. And if that's all you can get, well, just use that until you can, but work on getting the full chord and eventually getting it all. And if you want to do the bar chord, you can do that too. Anyway, from here, we'll do a little bit of a rhythm. 1, 2, 3. What I'm doing is down, up, down. Down, rest, up, down. Just a little pause there. And then a pause at the end. Boom. Boom. Like that. So, then we'll move to A minor and do the same thing. F, G, and C. And if you want to end that with an A minor, it might sound good too, like this. Doesn't actually resolve the melody, but it puts it into a minor mode and just gives it a nice feeling, gives it a whole change in the whole sound. Now, if you want to do other rhythms, and that's just It's just kind of a you're kind of flicking your hand there. And you can do that with actually not even having, without playing the chord. You can just kind of mute the strings. And if you notice, I'm keeping a fluid kind of emotion in there to get that rhythm. Now listen. And then you can vary that a little bit in there as to how you want it to go. It's kind of like driving your car, you know. You can kind of make the curve maybe a little tighter, or maybe, you know, move it out a little bit looser or whatever, you know. And that's kind of what you're doing here. But if you could just do that rhythm right there, and even practice that, just let your hands kind of go limp, and just mute the strings. Just that's kind of the rhythm, and then get the chord. So practice that one, and then if you can get a little better, a little faster. Just kind of double it up, double time it. 1, 2, 3. That's all that is. So, work on that F, and then you can play your C and your A minor and your F and G, and work on those rhythms. Keep your hand loose, you know, keep your wrist loose, and your arm. Don't be tightening it all up. You can't do anything that way. So work on that and keep picking hard, and we'll see you next lesson.